The ideal number, if you want to do an IVF cycle, would be to be able to get 10. But I have to be realistic that in your case, we probably may not be able to get that.
It just seems like the whole thing is like a really slim chance. Like
Even do an IUI and
but
doing
even
everything.
IVF, it's still only 30-40% chance.
Yeah.
Like if she had said like 70% or 80%, then I'd be like, yeah, let's go for that. Like, but this month is kind of our last month to see if it happened naturally. So my period is due in like a week and a bit maybe. So that's kind of our last chance to see if it worked naturally. Probably highly unlikely, but sure, we'll keep our fingers crossed. First time in my life, probably, or maybe the second time in my whole entire life, that since I've been getting a period, that it decides to not show up. So it's 4 days late. Just an update. So today is the 20th of February and I got my period. So this is our last chance to try and conceive naturally. So obviously now it's full systems ahead. Yeah, so this is the road we have to take. It's not going to happen naturally. So disappointing. You're a bit each month going like, oh, maybe, like, you know. So yeah, so the last couple of days have been a bit tough. I thought I was going for a pack of tablets. This all has to go in the fridge. I don't know if we're going to have to get a little mini fridge. There's one of these to put the, like, it's very real now, isn't it? These are the syringes. Oh, they're pre-filled. So then, like, how many injections do I have to put inside my body, like? I think everyone's in fear of the hormones with me. I know Killian is for sure. I think he's afraid. People that he knows that I've gone through, I've told them. But I kind of feel like I'm very in touch with my emotions and who I am and stuff like that. So I've done a lot of work on that over the last couple of years, so hopefully I won't turn into a psycho. So today is the day that I start my hormone tablets. So I did a quick pregnancy test beforehand because I was really because we were still trying and stuff like that. Is in my head a little bit about it, so I was like, just for peace of mind, I'll do this first. And as you can see, I'm not pregnant. So this is my first time taking the Femtab, which is the hormone replacement. So you take 3 of these at once. So I keep checking the pregnancy test to see if it changes, but it's not. So I'm going to go ahead and take them.
This is a relic. This, inside this box here, is an actual piece of a Saint Gerard. You know that our marriage has not yet been blessed. You know that our relationship has not yet been blessed with a child.
Can you do it quickly because I can't hold in my belly for much longer?
Good Saint Gerard, powerful.
Killian is away for the night, so I have to do the first batch on my own. So I'm going to Zoom him. So just for my first one, yeah, just a little bit daunting. So he's just going to do, we're just going to do it over Zoom, so that he can kind of egg me on a little bit. This camera angle is not flattering for me at all.
You're going to stand up doing it?
Well, yeah, like, are you supposed to sit down?
I can't see. I can't see it.
I don't, yeah, you don't need to see it. Oh, this is really bad. Like, so do I just put the whole thing in? Sorry, I thought I'd be fine with this, but it's actually a lot more daunting than I thought.
How long is the needle? Needs about half an inch long, is it?
Yeah. So just gently put it in. I won't look, will I not? So just like, just go 1, 2, 3 and put it in.
1, 2, 3 and put it in.
Okay.
Good on you.
Okay, it's in, and now I just press.
Yeah, fucking yeah, well done.
Just slowly.
Just press, yeah.
I have to do it myself because you're not going to be here over the next couple of days. You haven't been here for any of my injections.
Oh, I know.
Just out of the hospital, I had to go in and have another scan and all was fine. So we've extra eggs, yay! So I only had 4 in total and I think they counted 8 there. So so continue on with my injections, but I'm responding really well to them, and I've no side effects or anything yet, just tiredness, a few headaches, but all manageable. So yeah, I'm delighted. Today I was back in the hospital this morning for another scan, and my 8 little legs are still there. So 2 of them have grown really well, like they're kind of like ready, so I have 2 ready. And the other 6 are still growing. So I'm back in on Friday for another scan. So hopefully they'll have kind of moved into the next stage and they'll be ready for egg retrieval. I'm mentally fine. I'm not like an antichrist. I'm not depressed. I'm not any of those things that they said probably happen. A bit bloated in the stomach, very tired. Like once it hits about 3 or 4, I'm like wall falling. And then I'm very tired going to bed at night. We are going in on Wednesday for egg retrieval. So I have to stop my injections. Well, stop the ones that I'm on. I have to take 2 different ones tonight at 9:15. And then that's it. And then that helps release the eggs now. And then on Wednesday, we're in at like 7. We're the first people in. So we're like in at 7:30 in the morning for the procedure. Not too sure how long it takes or anything. I'm sedated for it. It's an invasive procedure, so you're put to sleep for it, so which I'm thankful for. Killian will come with me. He'll have to do his deposit. Then they bring them to the lab. They'll make the embryos on Wednesday, and then they incubate them for between 3 to 5 days. So if it's 3 days, I'll be back in on Saturday and they'll implant them back in. If it's 5 days, then it'll be the Monday that they'll put them back in. So we won't really know that until Wednesday what the plan is. I think it's so hard not to be excited. Like, I'm so excited. I'm like bubbling from the inside with excitement. I'm like so excited. But yeah, it's so hard not to get excited because like I've just finished one part of the process. But it could all happen really quickly. So when they implant, it's like 2 weeks later that they'll tell you if you're pregnant or not. And the nurse said today, like she said today when I was leaving, she was like, oh, it's great. They look great. Like they're really big and they look really good. And then she was like, it's great that you've got this far. I don't know why. I assumed that this is the easy part. But in actual fact, it's like a hard part trying to get good eggs and like grow the eggs, and, you know, not thinking for a second that like people aren't successful in this part. Which is scary. I've never been pregnant before. I've never gone through like miscarriage or anything like that other people have gone through such trauma to get to this point. I just never could get pregnant. Just had a really low egg count. So hopefully what these hormones have done have just given me the little boost that I needed, and everything else is plain sailing after this. Fingers crossed. Oh, there's loads of little orbs around you, Killian.
Is there?
Yeah.
Because I'm holding the relic.
Yeah, there's like an orb around you. There was 2 there a minute ago, now there's just 1. It's the night before I'm going in for the egg retrieval, but I got a phone call from the hospital today to tell me that my progesterone, I think that's how you pronounce it, I can never pronounce those words, my levels are too high. They said to me, I couldn't really understand her on the phone. I get very, it's so unlike me, but I get very thrown throughout this process when they call and when things go off track and stuff like that for whatever reason. But so basically I think what she was trying to say is that they'll do egg retrieval tomorrow, but they're going to freeze our embryos because they don't want to implant them in a couple of days, because they feel that if they do that, it's less of a chance for them to work because of the high progesterone levels. So they want to go ahead and take the eggs because they don't know if I'll get eggs again, which is also disappointing to hear. So anyway, they're taking the eggs out tomorrow. Killian's going to give his deposit. They'll make the embryos and then they're going to freeze the embryos. Then they're going to give me a treatment plan to bring down the levels of my progesterone, and then they'll bring us in, give us a time frame or whatever to then do the implantation. So a bit disappointing, but at the same time, at least they're getting the eggs because they're ready.
How are you feeling?
Nervous.
You look great. I mean, the old slippers with the covers.
Don't get close with my legs. They need to be shaved. It's just a dark gown. Black socks. My knickers, just a dark gown.
You feeling good?
Yeah, so far so good, but could we just have the morphine?
Yeah. Just out of the clinic. I mean, it was fine. It's not like it's the first time I've ever done that. Speaking of which, we all know what's just happened. So yeah, compared to what the woman has to go through for this sort of stuff, walk in the park, yeah, it's just a little bit embarrassing. But again, a walk in the park.
Last my colleague with an update, but before I give you the news, I need to confirm your names and date of birth, please.
Okay, my name's Debbie McQuillan.
So that has to be done for the security, okay?
Yeah.
So I have good news. Yesterday we collected 4 eggs.
Yeah.
3 of them were mature, so we injected 3 of the 4. And today 2 of them are fertilized. So very well done.
Oh, thank you.
So the number for the start is 2, okay?
Okay.
And today, as it's only first day today, day 1 as we counting, for the embryo. So it's very black or white, fertilized or not fertilized. So basically, that's all I can really tell you.
Okay.
So there will be next phone call from the lab on Saturday, and that will be day 3 for your embryos, and then we will be able to tell you more about the quality of them.
Okay.
Because at the moment it's still 1 cell, okay?
Okay.
So we're expecting them to start dividing and progressing overnight. They should be around 4 cells tomorrow, which is day 2, and then on day 3 around 6 to 8 cells. So once we see the progress, once we see how they are progressing, we will be able to tell you more about the quality. So that's the plan. What I would really recommend to focus on day by day. We have good news today. Let's hope for more good news on Saturday, and then we give you the final update with the numbers to freeze on Tuesday. Okay? So far so good.
Thank you.
And I hope you also feel good, Debbie, after the egg collection. Is your tummy okay?
Yeah, I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine.
Good. Great. You sound fresh.
Yes, yeah. Lots of sleep yesterday.
Yeah, I know it was tough. It was like egg collection. It's really tough. But we have good results. So very best of luck, and talk to you on Saturday. Okay?
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Guys, best
Take
of luck.
care. Thank you. Bye. Bye. Bye.
Okay. Good news by the sounds of it.
Survived.
Good news though, she said.
Yeah, but then you don't know for Saturday and Monday. There's only 2 there.
Well, the one thing she did is focus on day by day. It's hard not
you
to.
could get to Monday and they'd be like, "Oh, I'm really sorry, but none of them survived," and then you have to be through all of that, and there's no eggs.
This, unfortunately, is the struggle.
Yeah,
But she did say good news today.
Yeah, I know.
And we'll just focus on it day by day.
I would have preferred the 4 of them.
I know.
Because then you have a better chance, as you go along. But only 2 survived.
We only need 1.
I know.
I'm just trying really, really hard to stay off kind of social media and stuff like that, and it just happens to be everybody's pregnant at the moment, and even people that are pregnant now are telling stories of what happened to them before this pregnancy and stuff like that. So you kind of then go in your head, why would I be any different? Why would it go smooth for me? So you just have to try and get rid of those negative thoughts and stuff like that. So that's where I'm at the moment. We obviously told a few people that knew about our journey. So that's the one thing with this whole journey, is that my thoughts going into it would have been tell everybody, there's nothing to be embarrassed about, there's nothing to be coy about or ashamed about, or there's this whole stigma around not being able to naturally get pregnant and stuff. And I was just I'm not going to be one of those people. I think this is amazing, because I do think it's amazing what they can do. I found this whole journey just absolutely fascinating. I learned so much about my body and about pregnancy in general, throughout it all, that I wouldn't have known before, and just how much of a miracle it is, and how it's a lot, the odds of the lottery, to get pregnant when you break it all down and look at it. So it's amazing how so many people can just get pregnant, because it is such a miracle.
Today is the 22nd of April, so I had my egg retrieval 10-12 days ago, and they couldn't do a live implantation because my progesterone levels were too high, and then subsequently since found out that my ovaries had gone too big. They wanted to get everything back to normal before they do the implantation, so they froze the one embryo that we got. I had a scan on Monday, so they're waiting for my cycle to start, which it did. You know, a bit of discomfort and pain, but just like normal on the first day of a period. So I'm now booked in to go back on the 4th of May, which will be my scan to kind of for them to give me my date of when they're going to do the implantation of the embryo. So I'm hoping the week of the 4th of May is when they're going to do the implantation. But then, as far as I know, like, they have to thaw the embryo and like it mightn't survive. So, and we only have the one. So it's just very, very up and down. We've told everybody that like my progesterone levels are too high, and you know, there's a few other things that they need to get back to normal. So it's going to be a couple of months by the time that they can implant the embryo, but in actual fact it's going to happen probably in the next 2 weeks. So that part of the process, we've decided that we're not going to update anybody, just like our parents. I now understand why people deal with it privately. The stage up until this point is fine sharing, but like when you get into this next step, like I really do understand that's the jazz. And it all seems to be happening, like Killian is so busy with work, and everything seems to happen when he's booked or is doing something really important, like some important job. It's a running joke here that I'm doing all this by myself, so when a baby comes along he'll have to do all of that by himself. That's the payback. But yeah, he's raging, he's kind of missing some stuff. It's very hard because it's all kind of last minute. It's to go about your body, so like you don't know what way you're going to react to things and stuff like that. So he can't cancel shoots, and he can't just block book out weeks and stuff like that, because he obviously needs to work, because that's how we earn money. So yeah, so it's all a bit difficult to manage that type of stuff. But I suppose at the moment it's fine with COVID, because he's not actually really allowed in. He used to come in for certain appointments and that involve him, but most of the time he's just sitting outside in the car for me anyway. So it's no real big deal, I suppose. But we won't tell him that. We're just getting ready to go to the hospital now. He's laughing at me. We're going in for them to plant our embryo today. So I have my good luck charm. This was given to me by my nana.
How are you feeling?
Nervous, a little bit nervous, but I'm really excited, and I'm trying really hard not to be overly excited. That's the hard part.
It's tough, isn't it, not to let your imagination get away from itself, and
it's really hard.
Kind of keep the reins on it, because well, what I'm sort of thinking is that the less I allow myself get excited, if it doesn't work for us this time round, the less disappointed.
But then I also kind of feel like you tell yourself that, but like there's no way of preparing for disappointment. So like we can tell ourselves as much as we want that, like, oh, we're not going to get too excited because, you know, it mightn't work or whatever, but like there's another part of your brain that's going, whoa, like, so excited. So like, and you can't control that. So I think it's hard.
Yeah, it is.
Good morning. It is the 24th, is it?
Yep.
The 24th of May, and we're on our way to the IVF Centre in Swords. And today is D-Day. Today I'm going in for tests to find out if I'm pregnant. Excited, Killian?
Nervous, yeah.
Nervous, yeah. I'm really nervous. Why are you nervous?
Why am I nervous?
Yeah.
Because we have eggs in this basket.
All our eggs are in this basket.
Our eggs, yeah.
By this evening anyway, we'll know if we have a baby on board or if we have to go through this whole process again.
Is that okay?
That's no problem.
Perfect, Debbie. So listen, I have your HCG results here, and the level we would want it to be today is 150 or more, and it's 711. So it's really, really good news. So congratulations, Debbie, to yourself and Killian. Okay.
Thanks so much.
Great news. No problem. Had you done a home test yourself?
I didn't. I was waiting to hear.
Oh,
sorry,
great.
I'm so sorry. I'm just so upset. Thanks so much.
No problem. It's great news for you. It really is. So we're delighted. So what we need to do from here, get you booked in either way.
Okay.
Stay on your meds, follow your instructions that you got after your transfer, and just ring us or email us if there's any concerns or questions at all.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's perfect. Thanks so much.
No problem. Congratulations.
Thank you
again,
very
Debbie.
much. Thank you.
No problem.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
put the phone.
Oh my
Small
god.
little wriggles there.
Yeah. That's amazing.
And I'll turn on the colour flow just so you can see the heart rate a bit better. So you can see it there
yeah.
pulsing away.
So that's the
Thanks
heart
so
kind of towards
much.
the bottom, and the brain is the red at the top, is it?
Well, it's actually the opposite.
So
So that
yeah.
black there is the baby's brain. So the baby's actually just upside down.
Oh wow.
Oh my god. And there's just one.
Just one.
Yeah, thank god. It's tiny. It's so tiny.
Thank you so much for watching. You know, we've actually decided to start a podcast navigating our journey through parenthood, and well, let's face it, how it's going to turn our whole world upside down. You can keep up with us. New episodes available every single Wednesday wherever you get your podcasts. Chat to you then.